back, students. Today is another day. We're going to discuss the problems encountered in development planning. My name is Mr. Namaswa, and this is our 19th lesson. Now, hopefully, today brings us to the end of our syllabus. We start doing revision, topical revision, and see where God takes us. Now, we have been discussing development planning, and I told you to relate it with business plan that you did in Form 1. And I remember telling you that the business plan is for an individual or for business, whereas the development plan is for together. But they are very similar in nature. Now, you have a business, you have a development plan. You've looked at the purpose of the development plan. Now, when you want to implement the plan, to discover there are various problems. This is what we are calling problems encountered in development planning. Now, development planning involves two major stages. So there are two stages involved in development planning. These are: one, plan formulation stage, and two, plan implementation stage. So when you are coming up with the plan, you say you are formulating the plan. Just come up with the policies. What do you want to do? That is formulation. Then there is the actual implementation. You want to put the plan to practice. That is what we call plan implementation stage. So these two stages are going to have problems, as we shall look before. Now, problems at plan formulation stage. You are coming up with a plan. You are formulating the plan. What problems do you as government or as a country face? Number one, there is lack of accurate and well-detailed data. Right? There is lack of accurate and well-detailed data. So, when statistical data, which aids in planning, is either unavailable or inaccurate, the quality of the plan is negatively affected. For example, when we talk about unemployment levels in this country, right? So the figures that we may have from the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics may not be very accurate. We just work with estimates. You can say 3 million youths are unemployed. How accurate are those figures? Okay? When we want to give some treatment to the vulnerable members of society, that is, those who are above 70 years, right? Those who are orphans. So it's the government says we want to give them 4,000 every month. Do we have accurate records or figures of these people? The answer is no. We carried out our census in 2019, that is last year, in August, right? And by October, we were told roughly Kenya has 3 million people. Then fast forward 2020, we are told we are now at 47 million. Now, 1453 and 47. There's a difference of 6 million, right? So, do we even know how many people there are in this country? We just have an estimate. So, if we have this inaccurate information, then it becomes very difficult to plan. Because you want to plan, you want to come up with maybe a hospital. You don't know how many people. Why? Because you don't have the accurate figures. That is one. Number two, existence of land subsistence sector becomes another problem. Right? So if you have an existence of a land subsistence sector, it makes planning unrealistic. Remember, in your formal knowledge, subsistence sector refers to that production that is called a rate, or where production is for on use. And in Form 3, we say we don't have accurate statistics or data in subsistence sector because people don't keep records of output that is meant for their own consumption. People will mostly keep records of the things they are going to sell or buy. But if I grow my own schema wiki for my own consumption, I don't care how much money I spend, and I don't care how much I'm going to consume. So there are no accurate records. So if you have a larger subsistence sector in the country, so meaning there are no records, therefore planning becomes very realistic. Number 3, lack of qualified personnel, right? Due to lack of locally qualified personnel, many less developed countries rely on foreign experts. Many of these foreign experts may not be familiar with the local land. Okay, we are saying what? We don't have locally qualified personnel. We wanted to build a standard gauge rail. We had to bring in 5,000 Chinese. As we speak, Chinese are still operating this year. Why? There are no local qualified personnel as. So that means it becomes very difficult to formulate plans. Number 4, existence of the private sector. The private sector enterprises may be pursuing different objectives from the government's objectives. And this makes achievement of plans impossible. Now, for any private business person, profit making is their main objective. They are only interested in making profit. The government, on the other hand, the main objective is to give services to the people. So, if you look at public hospitals and private hospitals, for instance, right? Private hospitals are usually focused on profit maximization. But the government are interested in offering services. So now, if you want to test for COVID, you go to a government facility like the Coast General Referral Hospital, it is absolutely free, right? But if you go to the private hospital like Mombasa Hospital, you're going to pay 10,000. So because of the existence of the private sector, the government may not know how much to plan because they don't know how many people will go to Mombasa Hospital and how many people will go to the Coast General Referral Hospital. So because of that, planning becomes difficult. Transfer of inappropriate development plans is another problem that is first. Now, plans copied from developed countries may fail to work in developing countries, thereby making planning impossible. So at times, governments may borrow or they may copy plans from other developed countries. For example, when you go back to the railway, we have there what we call the bullet trains, right? We have the underground trains, the underground tunnel trains. Now these are there in the developed country. But if we bring them here, this infrastructure requires electricity. And as you know, a country electricity is not stable, it is not reliable. So if we copy such a plan from France, for example, and we say we want bullet train, do we have reliable and efficient electricity to run? No. Therefore, because of that, formulation of that plan becomes difficult. With that, we come to the end to the first part of our lesson. In the next lesson, we are going to look at the problems at plan implementation stage. Thank you.